everyone, my name is Marissa and I'm going to do a tutorial today for the Potomac Bead Company. And for today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these earrings that I'm calling my bow dangle earrings. So this is a pair that I have already made. And on this one, I'm using the antique brass colored of these BowTrios. And on the one I'm going to make with you today, it's going to be the other one to this one. And on this one, I'm going to be using the silver. So for this project, as I said, you're going to need the BowTrios, and this is what they look like. They come in a little bag like this, and they're 10 to a bag. And per earring, you're only going to need 2. So in a bag, you get 10, so you're going to have way more than enough to make these earrings. You will also need a 6mm bead, and I'm going to use a glass pearl. You will also need 4mm beads, and I'm also going to use 4mm glass pearls. You will need some 11/0s and some 15/0s. For my 11/0s, I'm going to use Miyuki galvanized gold. My 15/0s, I'm also going to use Miyuki's, and they're going to be the galvanized champagne. You will also need a dagger, or whatever kind of bead you want to put here on this part. That's up to you. You can use another round bead. You can use a teardrop, but I'm going to make mine with daggers. You will also need a wire protector, 1 per earring. You will need some earring hooks. You will need 2. And for the part here, whether you're going to use a dagger or a teardrop, you will need 1 per earring as well. So I'm going to be using a size 10 beading needle and about 2.5 feet of green wildfire 0.006. I got my needle ready to go. You will need a thread burner or scissors, something to cut your thread with, and a flat nose pliers just to flatten your thread ends with, to make threading your needle easier. So go ahead and get your materials together, and I'll show you what to do first. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, got my thread and needle going. Go ahead and put a stop bead on your thread, and you don't need this long of a tail. Let me just move it. Just maybe about an inch and a half. Okay, now you want to start with, your BowTrios are going to be like this. So you got to go in through one of the ends like that. Pick up an 11/0 and then pick up your other BowTrio like that. And pull. Pick up an 11/0, a 4mm bead, an 11/0, go through the middle hole, which is a bigger hole of your BowTrio. And then when you do that, your 11/0 is going to want to kind of get stuck in that hole. Don't let it. Just push it to the side and it'll stay there. You're coming out of that in between both your BowTrios. Pick up your 6mm bead and go in through the other hole. I mean, the middle hole of your other BowTrio. Now pick up your 11/0, 4mm, 11/0 again, and go into the other hole. Go in through your BowTrio, your 11/0, out of your other 11/0 grouping with your 4mm, with your 4mm in between your 11/0s, and pull. So this is what you should have, and you should be coming out here. Now go through the middle hole again and through your 6/0 bead and out of the other hole of your trio. Now you should be coming out here, your middle hole. Now you're going to pick up an 11/0, a 4mm, an 11/0 again and go through your first bow trio and pull. Pick up an 11/0 and go through your other bow trio and pull. Now here, I'm going to pick up 3 11/0s. Get your dagger or whatever kind of dangle you're going to use and put it with those 3 seed beads. Put 3 more 11/0s. And now you're going to circle around. You're not going to catch this 11/0 here that's part of this grouping. You're just going to go in through your bow trio, your 11/0 in between your trios, and out of your other bow trio. And then you're going to reinforce all of that. You're going to go through the 3 11/0s, your dagger if you're using a dagger, and then through the other side of your 3 11/0s. Do not go through that 11/0 that's part of this grouping. Just go through your bow trio, your 11/0 in between your bow trio, and out of your other bow trio. Now here you're going to pick up another grouping of 11/0, 4mm 11/0, and you're going to go through this here, your bow trio, your 6mm bow trio, and then come down, come through this grouping here. Do not go through the 3 11/0s that are part of your grouping with your dagger, and go through the bow trio, the 11/0 in between your bow trio, your 11/0 that's part of this grouping here with your 4mm, and out of the 11/0 after your 4mm bead. Pick up another 4mm, go through your 11/0 and 4mm bead here, go through this 11/0. Now you're going to pick up 3. I don't need very many. Oh no, I put too many on my mat. You're going to pick up 3 15/0s. Pick up your wire guard, and your wire guard, see how it's, I'm trying to see how your wire guard has like 2 spaces in the ends where you can stick your needle through. Go in through the one side, and once you go through it, make sure that your thread stays in that little channel there of your wire guardian, and then go down the other side of your wire guardian. And my thread did not stay in that little channel, but I'm going to fix that right now. Always check that, because once you got your piece going, you won't be able to fix that. Okay, so now you're going to go through this grouping here. Oh, you're supposed to go in through the 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0, and don't get tangled. And then now go in through this 11/0 here after your grouping. Pick up your last 4mm round bead and go through this grouping here at the bottom again. And now you're just going to go through this. You're coming out of this 4mm, go in through the 11/0 after it, go through your bow trio, your 11/0 in between your bow trios, and then go through this grouping on the side of 11/0, 4mm, 11/0. And then you're just going to make your way up. You're just going to go through all of these seed beads and all of your 4mm, and then go through that 11/0 and then go through the, looks like I did catch the 15 O's. I hadn't realized that. Catch your 15 O's, and then go through your wire guard again, and then go through the other side of your wire guard. Make sure your string stays in that little space there, and then go through the 15 O's. And then before you go through that 11 O there, tie your knot. Okay, so I tied my knot already, and I burned off my thread. And all I need to do now is add my little ear hook. And I'm just gonna open it slightly and try not to mess it up. These ear hooks are kind of delicate, so get some good ear hooks. And then I'm just gonna close that up. And then this next part is optional. You don't have to do that, but I like to just close my little wire guard a little bit more. I don't like to have it too open. Okay, so we have our earrings, our little bow dangle earrings. And oh, one more thing. This part here, just kind of fix your little seed beads up with your needle. And then once you do that, they will stay. They will stay the way they're supposed to. Or with your nail, whichever is easier. And for some reason, okay. All right. So this is what we have. These are our bow dangle earrings. Pretty fast, pretty simple, and very, very cute. And again, these use the new BowTrio beads here, and lots of fun to play with. So I hope you enjoyed making these, and thank you very much for watching.